Our next speaker, who I hope is ready, because she's right here, Barbara Wilson. Come on up here.
I knew there was a 50-50 chance it was me. My story starts about 8 years ago or 30 years ago. My husband was from Ecuador. He was born in Ecuador, and I had been bugging him to go back to Ecuador. He hadn't been back for 40 years. And I finally got him to go about 8 years ago. And when he got there, he fell head over heels in love with a little town called Mindo. And he said he couldn't be happy unless he lived in Mindo. And Mindo is a beautiful little cloud forest where you see toucans flying around and butterflies and orchids, and it's just a really lush cloud forest, beautiful in the mountains, right on the equator. The temperature's perfect year-round. It's really gorgeous. And he wanted to pack up everything, sell our house, and move down there. And I agreed to go and stay there 2 to 3 months a year. So he cashed in his retirement money. I quit my job at the university. We went down there. We bought a little piece of land in Mindo, and we started building what we called the little house. And he wanted to have fast internet service because he has a business here in Ann Arbor, and he wanted to keep in contact with that. And this is out, a little town out in the middle of nowhere, and we wanted internet. So they quoted us $700 a month for the internet service. So we said we didn't really want to pay $700 a month for internet. So he, being a serial entrepreneur, decided that we should start a little internet cafe to help pay for the internet service. So we started this cafe. We just happened to have a coffee roaster, a big coffee roaster at the neighbor's house that was for sale. So we bought this roaster. We started roasting coffee, making coffee drinks, and making brownies to go with the coffee drinks. And the brownies started to get this really reputation. Mindo's a touristy town. There are more bird species than anywhere in the world. Their tourists come from all over the world. And people were coming from Europe and the United States and Canada and saying that we heard about your brownies and we really love them. And so we were getting this reputation. But I was never happy with the chocolate that we're getting in Ecuador to make the brownies. So I had heard that that Ecuador had the best cocoa beans in the world. And I was actually at that time buying chocolate in Ann Arbor. I'd come home and buy Calabao. And then I thought, well, this is crazy because these beans probably came from Ecuador, went to Europe, and then were made into chocolate and sent to Ann Arbor, and then I'm bringing them back to Ecuador. So I thought I better, I started researching how chocolate's made. And I learned all about chocolate, and then we went and visited a cooperative of farmers, and we took, I said, can we take home some beans to maybe make some chocolate? And the smallest amount that we could take was 1 lot, which was 53 pounds. It was this gigantic bag, and we took it back, and we made chocolate for the first time. And we ground the beans, and out came this luscious chocolate liquid, and it was amazing. And we tasted it, and it was like, oh, this is what chocolate is supposed to taste like. We had never really tasted good chocolate before, and this was, a really, mind-blowing experience. And we started making the brownies with this chocolate, and our customers were really raving about the brownies then, and one of our customers that was a regular customer said that it was a religious experience to eat our brownies. And, oh my. Well, I'm going to go right to the most exciting part of all, and that is that we started going out and seeing all the farmers and where we buy the cocoa beans from, and we started selling chocolate all over. We sell in 40 stores in the United States, and Zingerman's is the one that helped us get our name out there. We won. We were nominated for a Good Food Awards, and the farmers were really excited about what we were doing, and now they're coming to us. We've had about 250 or more farmers come to our place. They've rented buses. They come and visit us in Mindo, and they want to learn how to make chocolate in their own communities so that they can have good chocolate in Ecuador.
Barbara Wilson, everyone. And I just have to ask, because this is on the board here, it says chocolate-covered cocoa nibs from Ecuador. Barbara, what is a nib that you're covering with cocoa?
If you grind cocoa beans into small pieces, we call them nibs. But I sell a lot more than cocoa nibs. I sell chocolate and all different kinds of chocolate.
Oh my. Wow. Cocoa nibs, everyone. I'm a little uncomfortable. I can clearly see that Entre-SLAM isn't paying any attention whatsoever at all to anyone other than themselves. So I'm going to start in the back again with the backbenches, because they're always ready with the same score. Or not. Do you have a score, guys? Oh, all right. Judgment Day gives a 9.8. That's, 9. I know you guys are, okay. You can't tell those of you who are paying attention that I'm being messed with back here. 9.1, I think, from my idiot friend in the back corner, also known as the backbenches. And in the front, Entre-SLAM. 10.2 from Entre-SLAM. Thank you for the opportunity to rap at y'all. No, Oh. There is a 9.8 and a 9.1 for Barbara. All right. So while what's that? There's a 10-2. You got a 10-2. Apparently you lost that argument. I don't know why they didn't. So that's it. Let's have one last final round of applause for all the storytellers tonight.